Greetings. I'm listening.
Great to meet you.
I've been expecting you.
For the good.
You come get the voodoo.
Hey there.
And you are...
Hello and welcome to Ctrl Alt WoW, the podcast for those of us who like video games and virtual reality. Today is Tuesday, April 1st, 2025, and this is episode 821 entitled Happy Birthday, AprilPvd.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. So, yes, this is a podcast for virtual reality and video games. Grand Nagus is here. Hi, Grand Nagus. How are you?
Hi. I'm good. Thank you. Really good. How are you?
I am really good. I had a really good birthday yesterday.
Nice.
And guess who gave me my first birthday greeting? Big G. Because he's in the future.
Oh, nice.
He's in
the future, yeah.
Yeah, he's always giving me my first greeting. And so that was nice. And I had a really good day. You know, the highlight of my day, it's so funny. I'll put a picture in the show notes. I took Maija, my dog, to the groomer so that she gets groomed every other month. She doesn't have long hair. It's not a big deal, but I like to get her nails done and her teeth done and stuff. But while she was gone for a couple of hours, I took out all my stuffed animals and I organized them and then put them away. I can't take them out when she's around because she thinks she should be able to play with them. So that was fun. Do you have any stuffed animals?
I have a couple. I have one from my childhood. Mm-hmm. And then I have a couple from my WoW days. Like the
Griffin?
The Griffin.
Yeah.
The Griffin, yeah, and the Wyvern and...
you had both of them.
Yeah.
You know what? I have I should look for that. I have the Griffin somewhere, but I let her play with it, and she totally tore it up. So I should probably...
Oh.
Yeah, I got to figure out where I had to hide it. But it was a very good birthday. When I was telling someone that's what I did, they were like, "Oh, that's an interesting way to spend your birthday." But it was very productive, and yeah. The really neat thing is, I know social media is supposed to be so bad, but I did get a whole bunch of birthday greetings on Facebook, and that was nice.
Very nice.
Yeah. And I paraphrased, "It's a Wonderful Life." No one is really poor when they have friends. All right, so I guess we should get going with what we've been doing this week. And I think I'm first.
Sure.
Yeah, because we're alternating now. All right, so sale. Oh my gosh. Sale has been interesting and fun, but they brought in something that has got, normally with Sale, and this is a game where you're playing a pirate. One of the silly things I do when I first get on is when I first log in. It's multiplayer, but it's like when you log in, you're on a server with X amount of people. At first, when I first started playing, it was 8, but the last time I was on, there was, I think, at least 10 people. You can also go to a private server, but you don't get as much goodies from a private server as you do from a public server. So I usually go to the public ones, because it's just, I want the goodies.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you get more from a chest when you open a chest. The only problem is that you're gonna find that you're gonna end up with either whiny kids wanting to play with you, which is okay. I mean, I understand. You want to play with somebody. You don't want to play alone. But they're very they're very not well behaved. Or you're going to get kids who want to come and take you out. I ended up on a server. Oh, the thing I do when I log in is, especially, when I see the low end, the number, the people with they're first starting out. I don't know I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but they have made it so that when you go to put shoes on, it doesn't say shoes. Instead, it says legs. So you have all these kids running around barefoot. And I mean, I don't know. I don't want to play with somebody barefoot. I just think it's much nicer when they have their shoes on.
Shoes on.
Yeah. So I usually end up dragging them over to the mirror, which is where you learn where you can change your appearance. There's like no user manual or anything, so I can understand why they don't figure it out themselves. So I'm like, come over here, look in the mirror, pick your legs. But of course, there's some that are really rude, so there's not much you can do about that when they're terribly rude to you. There was a kid with the name, the N-word. And I was like, why? Why do you have that name? And he eventually admitted that he was just doing it, to be racist and mostly to get attention too. But, it is what it is. So, I've been going.
It's so sad, but yeah.
Yeah, it is sad. And I just wish that, I wish people would play with their kids and then they would see just what their kids are doing in the game instead of, just letting them log on and leave them to their own, devices.
Mm-hmm.
If I had a kid in the game, I would definitely say, what are you doing in the game? How's it going? Let me join you. And some of these kids are really young, but I've talked about that before. So mostly what I do now is I get on and I go to do the dailies, because the dailies give you coins for the cosmetics, so you can change the color of your sail, or you could buy different outfits for you to wear. And I'm going to put a screenshot in the show notes of my latest outfit that I really like. It's all purple because my ship is purple, and my ship is named the Dearly Beloved, which is in honor of Prince. So it's all purple. And I really, really love the purple on this game. And that was all I would do, is I would get on, get my dailies. You can get 100 from the daily challenge. And then there's a daily, there's a thing you can spin that'll give you between 10 and 50. But they brought in something new. And they brought in the Legends Forge. And I know it's just a, what did they used to call it when a money, what did they call it back in the day when they would just have something that they would try to get you to spend your money on? But anyways, it was a way for you to spend the goal you have. And I put a screenshot in the show notes. It's called
A money sink.
A money sink. Thank you. Thank you. And it's called Legends Forge. And you can get gold versions of the things that are in your your chest that you use for tools. The 4 things in your chest are a fishing rod, a shovel, a bucket, and a spyglass, and you can get a gold version of it, and they each cost $1 million. So on one of my characters that I hadn't been trying to get stuff or trying to make money on, she's the one on my Steam account. She only has 30,000 gold. But my meta account had 300,000 gold. So I've been going in every day and trying my best to go and get gold and get the there are these skulls that you get from that you can buy, and they are they are 3 different prices, but each one gives you a different a different benefit. So they start out with the bronze one, which is 500 gold, and you go to you take the bronze one to there's 2 different islands on the map, and it starts an event where you fight mobs or these skeleton things that you fight. And once you finish fighting, for the bronze you have to kill 12. For the silver you have to kill, and the bronze costs $500 a piece. The silver you have to kill 25, and they cost 1,000 a piece. And the gold costs 2,000 a piece, but you have to kill 50, and you have to kill 50 on this ship. And each one, when you're done, once you complete the killing, you get a key to open a chest that's right beside where the event starts. And the chest will yield you usually 1,200 to 1,500 on the bronze, 3,000 to 4,000 on the silver, and 7 to 9 or 10,000 on the gold. So I've been farming that. But there's one more thing you can do, and it's as you play and you get stuff from chests, you get these blue skulls that are that kind of glow, and then you can take these skulls and you put it in this machine up north. And you put 5 of these blue skulls, and you summon this huge skeleton that can just kill you with one swipe. It's like a boss. But if you kill him, you get 15 skulls, that are 1,000 apiece. So that's going to help me get to my 1 million a lot faster. I've been going on to a private server for this because it's the same no matter what. Now, here's the thing. If I was to do it on a public server and somebody else killed him, or if I killed him, what happens is when he dies, he drops 15 skulls in the water. And you have to jump in and get the skulls and fight off the sharks.
Of course, they're sharks.
Yes. And they can kill you. And if you're in there, if you're on a public server, even if you kill it, if they get to the skulls first, they can take it from you. So I go on a private server. It's much better. Although it's kind of weird because as annoying as the kids can be, and as harsh as it can be to get ganked, it's kind of fun to have other people on the server with you. So I've been going back and forth between the public and private server. Okay, now my other game is the Medieval Dynasty, and they did an update where they brought in a crossbow. And they have a whole bunch of different things that animals now that you can kill that are more dangerous and stuff. But I haven't completed any of those quests. I got the crossbow. I haven't gotten the plans for it. What I have been doing though is working on my garden, my crops, and getting more wood so I can make my sidewalks. They also did a lot of stabilizing, so it's not as glitchy as it was before. But if you look in the show notes, you'll see some of my pictures of my sidewalks and my village, my little town, my little settlement, I guess. And I've been, because I've been chopping down so much wood, I've had to make a lot of axes. And I like their little tool making thing. You have to get the ore, you have to smelt the ore and turn it into ingots. You have to heat up the ingots and then hit it until it becomes malleable, and then you add the wood, the sticks to make it the right tool. Yeah, right. And it's really a neat thing. So I've been making my axes and stuff, and I'm really really enjoying that the Medieval Dynasty. Both of Sail and Medieval Dynasty, there's no shooting, there's no Sail, there is some shooting when you're fighting other people. The other day I did outrun some kids that were coming for me, and so I do have a ship that's smaller than most ships, but I make sure I select the fast sail things, and I know how to maneuver around islands so that it slows down the bigger ships. And I've gotten really good at that because they came at me and then they were taunting me because they said I ran away. Okay, you're a bigger ship with a bunch of people. Of course I ran away. But for the most part, these two games are just games I go in for the feel. When I'm on my ship on Sail and I'm out in the middle of the water, I really feel like I'm out in the middle of the water. I'm no longer in my apartment. The way they have made it is when you're on the boat, it kind of rocks. The sun sets and it rises. The moon comes up once the sun sets. The water laps at the boat. It is just really such a good feeling. And then when I'm in Medieval Dynasty, I call they're more like atmospheric games than, I'm not trying to win anything. Well, I am for the golden fishing rod, but more it's just the experience. And I really feel good about my settlement. I'm loving the way the sidewalks are looking. I'm loving the way just being out there and chopping wood. It's just very, very satisfying, and I'm really enjoying that. What else? I got a new game.
Oh.
And it's called what is it called? It's called Train Sim. Get the exact right train. It's a train simulation game. And it's called Train Sim World.
Mm-hmm.
And I have other trains games. I have the Derail Valley where I actually run a freight train, but I have to set aside a large chunk of time for that because it is so involved in all the mechanics of how everything is set up. If you just want to take it, like Derail Valley, if you just want to take it for a ride, it's okay. But even that takes some. You got to make sure you have the brakes right, the lining right, the connections to the... You know what? Maybe I should try to just take off all the other equipment and just ride the engine around. That would be fun. But this is a Metro North train, which is a passenger train. Derail Valley, while it's fun and interesting, is freight train. But if you, I put some pictures in the show notes. This is actually running on, it's the Harlem line in New York City, where you're running a train and you're picking up and dropping off passengers. So it's
Nice.
yeah, it's really nice because you have to stop at the right spots. I'm just getting into it because it actually just came out yesterday, and I just did the tutorial and I went through, but it has a career mode. It has all these points that you have to you know that you can get for doing everything the right way. One of the things is like stopping at the right spot because when you're a passenger train, you have to stop so that the passengers can get on. And it's not that easy, making it, slowing it down enough to get right to that right spot. And you have to make sure you're watching and you're blowing your horns at the right spot. If you see workers on the tracks, you have to blow your horn. If you see people who are fans and they're out there buffing and looking at the train, taking pictures, you have to be aware of them. And I just really got into it, and I'm really excited to get into it. There's a whole career mode, and it's a little bit easier than Derail Valley because the controls are, most of the controls are you stop and go and pick up speed, and open and close the doors. So it's going to be a little bit more fun than trying to figure out how to do all the stuff you have to do on the freight train. And the other thing that I've been doing is there's a game on the Quest 3 called, not a game, it's an application called Photon. And it is a spatial viewer. And what it does is you can, when you activate it, you're watching all these spatial viewers that other people have posted to the app. And it's gorgeous. I mean, I saw fireworks in Japan. I saw, I watched someone riding a bike along this cliff. That looked so dangerous. I did some aero flying, gliding with someone, because it's all these people with spatial cameras that they attach to them. One person was skiing. The crispness of the pictures is amazing. I've been to Tokyo and parts of Shanghai and all over, and it's just a really good app. Now, I tried putting up my own spatial pictures, which is one of the neat things about it, is that you can put your own spatial pictures up, and then you can share them or make them private. And the thing is that then it preserves them too, so that later on, if you want to see it. I'm doing it right now because I want to then see if I can go into an Apple store and look at them and see them on a Vision Pro, because of course the Vision Pro spatial is even better. But I need a better camera. Do you have an iPhone?
No.
What do you have? A Galaxy or?
I have a Galaxy, yeah.
Okay. Well, I have the iPhone, and I'm embarrassed to say this, but I have an iPhone 13, and I think I need at least a 15 to get a good spatial one. So I'm going to be getting a new iPhone soon because I deserve it, and I've been patient. And then I'm going to do more spatial videos, and then I'll be able to. I just want to see if the videos I do now that I can see on my Quest will be as crisp and wonderful on a Vision Pro, which, I kind of hope to have one. But, I mean, do you know the difference between the Vision Pro and the Quest?
No.
Oh, okay. The biggest thing is, for me, the things I do on my Quest, I could not do on my Vision Pro, on a Vision Pro. One of the biggest things that I do is all the exercise, the workout. Most of the stuff you do on the Vision Pro, and I mean, I'm sure have you seen any of the things about Vision Pro? You're sitting down, and you really, really can't move that much. So I am loving the fact that I have the Quest, but I really want to watch 3D videos and stuff in on something like a Vision Pro. So eventually I figure I'll one day own one, but $3,500 is a lot just to watch.
Well,
watch a movie. Yeah.
That's it's really not cheap.
No, and I have gone to the Apple Store twice to look at them, and it's really beautiful. But of course, when you go for the demo, you get like 15, 20 minutes, and of course it's guided, so it's not exactly the same as I kind of hope I don't know, I thought my ex-husband would get me one because he works for Apple. He works at that Apple Store. I was with him when I first started Ctrl Alt WoW back in 2006. Anyways, the other thing is the exercise, and that's why I really like the Vision Pro. I put a screenshot in the show notes of my my progress on my exercise, and I'm on week 42 of this light sport, and I put a picture in the show notes of me and my coach in my living room, and I really like the fact that the coaches are right there with me. I'm lucky that I have this set up with the mirror that lets me see my progress and see the instructor at the same time. And I'm just trying to think. I know I've been doing a few things on the PC VR. I got a tennis game, but the tennis game was too hard. And it looks so easy, and when you see people playing, but it's really hard. But that's a testament to how realistic they have done in VR, right?
Yeah. How realistic they make it, yeah.
They have a neat thing where you're using a thumb thing to move to each spot, but you're still having to turn yourself and hit the ball, and it's very strenuous. I'm gonna work my way up to getting better in that. And I didn't do Zenith this week. I went it was kind of interesting because I went on Discord to the group that does the organizes the events that I've been doing, the crazy cosmetic craze. And I was like, what's going on, guys? How come we're not doing I didn't see it on the calendar, and it turns out that it's the first and third week of every month. And this March was one of the few months that had 5 Saturdays. So I'll be doing it this Saturday instead. So,
yeah, because it's a month with 31 days.
Right. And in the 31s ended up with 5 Saturdays. Anyway, so it's been a good week, and it's been a good 2 weeks. I'm really loving working out. I worked out more this week with my weights on my have a weighted vest and wrist weights, and I feel like I'm toning up. And one of the other things I've been doing just to get more exercise is that when I'm out sailing, I've been dancing too, because it feels I play standing up, and I just want to get moving. I want to keep my body moving, and that's another thing why I love virtual reality, because you're really getting your body to move. And that's been my week. How's your week
Very
been?
nice. My week has been, well, we've had, and I've put all of this in the show notes, obviously.
At
We've
controlaltwow.com.
exactly. And we've, as I said on the last show, we've got, or we had the patch coming. It arrived last week on the 25th. And you asked what the contents was, and I said I listed off a couple of things, and now I've compiled a kind of list of my favorite, my highlights, so to speak, without the things that are spoilery. So it's more like what I've done. So the first is they've added. First is the glamour dresser, the additions and changes to that, and I've put a picture of the entry of the patch notes in, so you can read it there, or you can look at the patch notes themselves on the lodestone.
Oh, so you can save an outfit.
Yeah. So
Oh, wow.
when you before you had 800 item slots in your glamour dresser. And now you still have your 800 slots in your glamour dresser. But if you look at the second picture of the first, on the first picture, you see this little box, right? On the bottom picture of the jacket.
Right.
And that means that it's a marking indicating an item as part of an outfit.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
So this icon, this box icon, means that you have stored a complete set, attire set of the same quality in your glamour dresser. Say it's a 5-piece set. Normally, before, you had to spend 5 glam prisms to store it. It's kind of the payment, the currency you use as a glamour prism. You store it, and it takes up 1 item slot in the dresser. Now, if you have the 5 pieces all together of the set, a complete set, if you own a complete set, you can spend the 5 glamour prisms and only have it cost 1 item slot in the dresser,
nice.
because it saves it as 1 set rather than 5 items.
That is nice.
Yeah. So if you look at the top icon, you see this little basket with a plus sign
Right.
on that jacket. If you have an item in your glamour dresser that has that icon, that means that it's in your glamour dresser, obviously, and it's part of a glamour set that you could possibly store as a set.
Okay.
So if you have previously, if you stored it, like say last year, you bought an attire and you stored them the old-fashioned way, each of the 5 pieces of that set, if it's 5 pieces, whatever, how many ever pieces, they would each have that top icon. That means that you can take the 5 pieces out, and then if you wanted to, and thereby if you then put them back in, you would save 4 item slots in your dresser, because the dresser is gets full very, very, very quickly. Yeah, those are the 2 icons, the little basket icon and the box icon. The next is then the filter settings, where you have the outfit glamour, and you can now select between not specified, or you can hide items not eligible for outfits, or you can display only items for outfits. So if you're looking for these, all of these sets that you haven't stored as sets yet, and you want to like clean up your closet, so to speak.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you just set it to that 3rd option, display only items that means that you then only see your outfit glams, and then you can see which ones you've stored, and then you can go to non-specified to then browse and see or then extract the items that you want to restore then as outfits, and then you can have them be stored as outfits, and thereby save a whole bunch of item slots. When I initially did that, after the initial mechanic feature was implemented, I went down from having the full 800 or 798 or something, like close to the full 800 slots, to 670, I think. So I saved over 100 slots just by on my main character, just by rearranging and cleaning up my closet.
Nice.
Obviously, with my OCE characters or the other characters that I don't play as often, they don't have as many outfits yet. But you can see that that is something that is a thing. So I'm going to put another screenshot in the show notes, and you can see the glamour dresser, and you can see the glamour dresser being set to show only the finished and stored sets. As you can see in the top row of icons, you can see the second from the right on the list is that little box icon. Mm-hmm. So I highlighted that, and you can see every single icon in the list has
Has
that
a
little,
box on it, the little toolkit on it. Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
that means that it's a stored set.
Nice.
So then I can just, and then you can see now I have 91 out of the 800 currently on that character. So if you just, as a rough estimate, go by 4. So if you add 3 item slots used per set that's displayed there, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. That's 33
Places saved. Yes.
That's right. That's quite a bit of storage space that you save.
Yeah.
So it's really a nice system they've introduced. The only drawback that there is to this system is that you cannot individually dye the items. You can if you put them on a glamour plate. You can see in the bottom at the bottom says edit glamour plate. That is basically a template where you can save the outfit that you want displayed. If you want to have or you can have up to 20 templates set. I have here another. I have my little pajamas outfit store that I can show you there. And you can see up top it says glamour plate creation, and then you have 1 through 20 the buttons. You can see there is it's like one template, and you can see down below it says apply, save, and close. So I've saved this template with with these 3 items: the headpiece, the hat, the chest piece, the legs, and the slippers.
Oh, that's so cute. It's very elegant. Right? Yeah.
And then you see in the top right corner, you see this little golden dot of the 4 individual icons that represent.
Is that the
color,
the dye channel?
Exactly. So that's the only way you can dye a item that is part of a stored set, because you cannot dye the individual item out of a set, because it's saved as a set, as a fixed set. That's the only drawback from it. So let me just see if I can show it in a different way. Yes, I can. So if you look at this now, let me copy and paste it. This is the next slide. so to speak. The next picture,
Okay.
you can see the on the bottom row. You can see all the sets with the little white box.
Right.
As I said, symbolizing the set, and then you can see that there is no colored dot on those in the top right hand corner.
Right.
And now you go to the middle row all the way to the right. You can see there's a blue and white gown with a white dot on the top right hand corner.
Right.
But it has the other icon.
Right, that you could add it to a set. So you have to
Exactly.
So you have to color it before you.
No, I have to either or.
Oh, okay.
Either I can color the icon, the item, keep it as an individual item in the dresser, and have it be the individual item, or I can store it as a set and then thereby removing the individual dies.
Interesting.
So then, and then I have to go back to the glamour dresser, glamour plate from the picture above, and dye the template, which means I just take a template of the item and store that, meaning it doesn't affect the item itself that is stored. So it's a little complicated, but and it's a little sad because many people have spent literally hundreds of thousands of gil, even millions of gil, for the dyes that they've used for entire sets. And so it's the question, do you want to remove these dyes just, quote unquote, just to store them as a set?
Right.
And save a couple of slots? Or do you want to say, I'm going to
Have the
quote
color
unquote,
you want.
Yeah. Waste the slots
But have
because
the color.
because I could save them. So this is like the only issue that we have at the moment. That you have to go either or. Because I have a couple of expensive dyes there too. I have, and you can see in the bottom row, the middle icon is that of the pajamas top. That I haven't stored the pajamas as a set either because of the expensive dye. So that's I mean it's not perfect yet, but it's trending in that direction. So we're going to see if they can make it even better. But that's a solid first step, I have to say.
Yeah.
And what they've done in the patch now, in this latest patch, is they've added a whole bunch of or the other way around. They've added a second dye channel to a whole bunch of items that previously didn't have them. Like, I think at least 30 or 40, the list, I had to scroll down and further down. It was like a really, really long list of items that where they've added a second dye channel now. So they are retroactively working through the old content and giving the items a second die channel, and almost as many items got upgraded details or textures. So remember, as a WoW warlock, that there were like hideous texture qualities on the tier 2 warlock set.
Right. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
But you couldn't do anything about it.
You couldn't do anything about it. Now they've added a whole bunch of upgrades to quite a few items. I would say those two lists of added die channels, or added second die channels, and the upgrade of the textures, texture quality, they don't give each other much. They're probably about one is as long as the other. So it's really nice to see that they think about what can we retroactively upgrade and get up to the quality that our new graphics update we did in 7.0 lets us do. So I really think that that is something that they should be commended for, not just saying, oh yeah, everything that comes from now on is going to be better and the old stuff be damned. Right? Which they obviously could do, and no one would blame them for it.
Right.
But they aren't. Right? So, all right. Additions to the crafting log. And you talked about crafting earlier. I'm going to talk a little about crafting as well. If you see the crafting log and the little highlighted, pink highlighted two buttons in the middle, NQ and HQ, you can see that the rows, the vertical rows below the respective buttons symbolize the requirements and the content of your bags for the respective quality. So you can see it says for the wild, for the what's it called? White Tajika bananas. It says you need 2, and you have 2 and 0 are selected in the NQ, and there are 0. The small number below is a 0, and then there are 0 selected on the HQ, and the one below that, the fruit, has a 1 required, and there is the small letter or the small number 1 below. And then you have the 0 up top, the big number, that's a 0. So that means that to craft, you need to have selected the required amount of materials from your bag and allocated it to the craft.
Okay.
You do that by either, or previously you had to click on the 0 to get it up to 1, and then 1 more time to get it to 2 for the top choice, and then do it 5 times literally, because there are 5, as you can see, there are 2, 1, and 2, so 5 items in total you need. Now you can just click on the NQ button, and it will automatically allocate all the required items if you have them in your bag, which in this case you do. Right?
Right. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. So, and if you had an HQ item, which these can't be because they are all gatherable items, but say you could have all of these as HQ, and you had in the middle row the fruit had been an HQ, you would then click on the NQ button and it would assign the 2 of the top and the 2 of the bottom, the 4 NQ items, and then you would click on the HQ to the right, and it would assign the HQ quality, the high quality item on the middle row.
Oh, okay.
And then you could start crafting. So it makes it easier for big amounts to allocate them, and it makes it easier for you to allocate the specific qualities. So if you say my skill is so good, so big, that I do not need to quote unquote waste a high quality item to get a high quality craft, because I'm just so good, right?
Right.
I have such a high skill that regardless of what I do, basically I cannot. I can't but make a high quality item. Say you are level 50 and you want to make a level 2 high quality. That's guaranteed almost, right? So then you don't have to waste your high quality mats. So that means you just hit the NQ one regardless of you having the HQ. And then you start crafting. So it's a little. It's very. I'll get back to it later on with some more personalized screenshots. This is the screenshot from the show note, from the patch notes. So that's why it's not specifically mine.
Right, yeah.
So if you lack the sufficient quantity of a required materials, only the amount in your possession will be selected. That's basically what it is. New housing items. We got a whole bunch of new housing items. As you can see in the pictures, I put 6 pictures in the show notes. The first is a what is it called? A wardrobe? No, it's not a wardrobe. What's it called? A cupboard? Yeah, it's a cupboard. On the left side, with a whole bunch of glasses and stuff in it. And then you have in the front, the table is not new. The items on the table are, though. They are the missing job stones that we got. So each job has a item called a job stone that basically upgraded your classes to jobs in the earlier days. So if you started as a marauder and then you reached level 30, you could then upgrade your Marauder class to a warrior job by doing the respective quest, obviously, and then equipping the warrior jobstone, hence the name jobstone. Same with a lancer becoming a dragoon, a ninja becoming a rogue becoming a ninja, and so forth. A conjurer becoming a white mage, and then eventually, after ARR was over, the class concept was dropped because all classes start at level 1. And then you, as I said, once you reach level 30, you then get your jobstone. The lowest job you can have that is not an ARR class is from Heavensward, and there are no more classes from Heavensward on forward. So when you unlock Machinist and Astrologian and Dark Knight, those 3 are the combat jobs from Heavensward. They are jobs right away, but you still need to be able to play them. To be able to play them, you still need to equip the jobstones. So you can't be a Dark Knight without having the jobstone equipped. That just doesn't work. So, and then we have the partition, a little 2 window partition, so to speak. Which is interesting. It's more like I would say it's like a partition that you use as a separation, or you could like put flower pots on the lower part. I really like that, and it's a really decorative thing. If you have like a window, plasmascape, which is basically a item that reflects a outside scenery. You can put that up against the wall. It's a wall. Yeah, it's like something you put up against the wall, and then you can put this in front of it to simulate, quote unquote, that you have this border around it, and then cut it off to the left and to the right. There's like so many ideas you can do with it, and then you have this little button on the right-hand side on the ground. I can't remember what it's called. It's like a really, really weird thing. And then the second picture, we have 4 items. One is a garden gate. I really like it. My only problem with it is that we don't have many fences where it fits. So it's a little, I don't know. Then we have this little stepping stone circle on the lower left-hand side. We have a chocobo fountain.
Oh.
And we have, right, it's like a 3-tier fountain with chocobos in it.
How neat. Oh, yeah, look at them. They're swimming around.
Yeah. cute, right?
Yeah, it is very cute.
Yeah. And then we have the rounded hedge that you can where you can have you can place that and have like half circles, or what's a quarter circle? Yeah, quarter circle. You can have like garden, have more garden variety. I really like it. They are really thoughtful items. The next is the set of the Hingen Far Eastern themed indoor furniture. First, we have the cupboard on the right-hand side. Then we have the three-piece in the middle. The window in the middle is one item. The cupboard on the bottom is one item with the two sliding doors. And the same with the four sliding doors up top. That's a separate item as well. And you can pick them apart. It's just they just arrange them this way. You don't have to do that. It's just for optics that they arranged it that way. I don't know what the thing is called. It looks like I don't really know what it is, but what the other thing is in the lower left-hand corner. I have no idea what it's called because I can't check it because I'm not in my house at the moment. And the back, the item behind that is basically a partition as well. It's like a cloth partition where you can see you have the white and red cloth.
Oh, yeah. Like a divider.
Yeah, exactly. Like a cloth divider. Yeah. And then my favorite slide of them all, we got the new style of interior in the last patch in 7.1, if I remember correctly. And I talked then about, guys, that's all fine and good, but we need partitions to be able to separate and like partitionize whatever our big spaces. And they just didn't add them yet. Now we finally got them. We got one partition that is just the wall, just the and then we have a second partition that has the door in it.
Oh, okay.
So you can either have a normal partition that's just literally just the wall, and then you can slap the wallpaper on it to make it the equivalent to the real wall of the house. Or you can have the door partition if you want a door there. Then we have the mysterious door that is like covered by this do not enter police tape.
Yeah. So if you want to make a scary house.
Yeah. If you want the same door without the tape, just turn the door around.
Oh, that's nice.
Just so you know. If people say, oh, I don't want to buy it because I like the door. Yeah, just pick up the door and then just turn it around. You'll have the handle on the other side, obviously, yes, but you have the you'll have you don't have the tape on the other side. That's what I wanted to say. And it's a fake door anyway, so it's not that you can step through it and then have what you want on one side and what you don't want on the other. No, it's a wall-mounted item, so it doesn't matter whether you put it with the taped side outwards or with the non-taped outwards. You'll have what you want, basically. Then you have the counter, the brick counter that is not new, but you have this food item that is a roast, a leg roast, I think it's called. I don't know what. You can correct me.
Is it a leg of lamb? That's what it
No,
looks like.
I know
it's roast.
Yeah, it's like a bird's leg,
Right.
or I would assume, and that's and you have a plate, and you have two wine glasses with it, and I can't remember what's on the other side. But yeah, it's a really nice item too. I think you have utensils, pretty sure, and then you have the pole, a wooden pole that you can place wherever you want it. It's like just like any other poles you can place. It's just a ordinary wooden pole. Yeah, so the door is the one that I had to get immediately. If listeners want to know where to get it, you get it from the gold saucer for I can't remember if it's 6,000 or 9,000 MGP, which is the currency in the gold saucer, either or. So it's really not that expensive. The second to last is the lighting fixture, the lantern. I don't know what to make of it. It looks interesting, but I think it's highly situational. I don't know.
Oh, it's like almost like a chandelier, but it's in a cage.
Yeah, it's got those light. What are they called? Strips.
Yeah.
Yeah, that they.
So it looks almost like candles, but they're not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's very, very unique concept. It doesn't look bad. It just looks, something you need to get used to put it that way. And then the last picture is the new outdoor tree that we get. It's a tree. It's not too small and too You have the palm trees. They're nice and all, but they're like just.
This one has character.
Yeah, there's nothing to them, in my opinion. This is more like it. It's still not. Yeah. Not perfect, let's put it that way, for me, but it's way better than just one palm trees and then with the leaves up top. This is way better. So we get new fish for the aquarium.
Ooh, nice.
We always get new fish, but it's not always that fish are that you can put the fish, or the other way around. You can't put all fish in the aquarium. So there are like maybe 5% of them you can put in aquariums. This time we get some new fish for aquariums. I've seen one. I don't know if there are more. It's a bigger one. It's one of the bigger ones. So I would say aquarium size 3 and 4, probably out of the 4 different sizes of aquariums that we have. I would say the fish that I've seen is eligible to be placed in a 3 and then a 4. We get new seeds for new flowers to then make the headpieces, the corsages. You can go and buy them at the seeds vendor in your housing ward, and then grow the flowers to then craft into the corsages. New items from the gold saucer, besides the door that I mentioned earlier, the one that stood out most to me is the new eye patches.
Ooh.
We've been asking for eye patches for quite a while, pretty much ever since we got the face wear feature. And now we finally got both a left eye and a right eye patch. So you can pick them up, one or both. They are quite a bit more expensive. They cost, if I remember correctly, don't quote me on it, but I think 70,000 a piece. So that's about a week's worth of, if you don't do much else except the fashion week, and do a couple of mini catpot and jumbo catpot, you should have them the 70,000 in a week if you don't do anything else. Then we have updates to emotes, which they finally did. We've been asking for that as well. So we have 2 emotes that we wanted updated for quite a while. And one is the tombstone, which is basically an item, or it's a emote that you get when you install your companion app for the game. You do not have to sub to the app, which costs $5, I think, per month. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is, as I said, install the app and log into the app with your account. That then unlocks once and for all your quote-unquote login reward, which is a set of adventurer plates features, which is a extra discount slot for your teleportation. So at the moment, if you, or not at the moment, when you don't have that app installed, you have three, I believe, three or four, three destinations you can set on the Aetherites. There are two different or three different types of settings. You have first when you go and start the game and you do your main story quest, main scenario quest, you get the return spell, which is pretty much the Hearthstone of Final Fantasy. It's a once per cooldown period return to that location. Right? Then you have your teleportation using the Aetherite network. If you have your two-factor authentication registered to your account, you get a free destination as a reward for having that, much the same as you got the, what was it, the core hound pup in WoW, when you had your securities.
Yeah, to your
Right, well, when you had that installed.
Right.
So you get a free location for your teleportation network, which can be really significant in price savings. And you have favored destination, which can have, as I said, up to 3 normally, which gives you 50% discount.
Oh, okay.
On the teleportation cost to that as registered as favored location. And if you log into the aforementioned app, the companion app, as part of the login reward, you get a 4th destination unlocked.
Oh, cool. Authenticator. That's what it was called.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you get an emote. And the emote is called Tombstone. What it is technically, and I'm going to put this in the show notes again. Let me just pull it out. It's technically a you look at a tombstone and scroll through its content. You don't know exactly what it is, but you look at it. So, but in real life, it's something completely different. Let me show you, and you will tell me what it is. There, copy paste. You can see it. The emotes there. Putting it in there. Should be able to see it. What she does. It's the picture below the picture with the tree.
Okay. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, she's scrolling. Right.
Yeah, on her mobile phone.
Mm-hmm.
And that was not a persistent emote before. So it was like a 5-6 second emote before, and now they made it persistent. So it doesn't stop. And the same with the read emote. It's not called read, but what you do is you read a book. You produce a book, open it, and then you start to read in the book. And that wasn't persistent either. Now it is. So if you, in the show notes, says specifically tome scroll and study are looping versions of the emotes tombstone and read, respectively, and will be added to the emote list upon learning tombstone and read. So you basically get the normal, non-persistent, and you get the persistent.
Okay.
For as a bundle. They didn't replace one with the other, they just added a second one. So now if you sign in to the app for the first time, or if you learn the emote red using the in-game item, you will learn both the persistent and the non-persistent versions of the respective emote. I really think it's cute that they have that.
Right. Two versions.
And she's just swiping around on the. Obviously, I can't show it to you, but you can see that she's moving her head back and forth, like wondering, debating, and then swiping her finger up and down on the thing. It's really cute. I really think they did a good job. New PvP rewards. We get a new PvP reward. This time it's a mount again.
Oh, wow, that's vicious.
Yep, it is. They alternate between mounts and attire sets. So this time the thing is called Slasher. Magitech Slasher. Oh, yeah, I can see that that thing is slashing with its legs. So the level, and that's for reaching rank 25. Rank 15 is the Clockwork Oppressor, which is the minion version of the previous mount that we got. So we got the Oppressor mount two series ago. And now we get the Clockwork Oppressor, which is the minion. And then rank 5 is a emote. It's always an emote. 5 is always an emote, and 15 is most oftentimes a minion. It's called Dazed. It's a Dazed emote. And that is, we have a similar emote now that is not persistent. And this is the persistent version of that. So it's the same thing, persistent versus non-persistent emotes. They're basically getting upgraded. Just for this one, you have to get another item to upgrade it. with the previous two I talked about, you basically get a 2-for-1, which is not the case with this one. Because you need to do some PvP, but rank 5 is really, really easy. That's like 3, if you're unlucky, 4 matches. So and you have like 3-4 months to do it. So that shouldn't be an issue. And then we get to crafting, as I mentioned before. There you can see in the show notes, you can see something that I wanted to highlight is you have the crafting log. You have the list of craftable items on the left-hand side in the middle. And on the right-hand side, you have the reagents you need.
Oh, wow.
For the respective. And culinarian, aka cooking, is really, you really need quite a few ingredients.
Yeah.
And the picture beneath that is the recipe tree. So you can see the wheat at the top. You need to make into flour. And the cotton ball, the third, you need to make into to oil.
Oh, so
as the first steps, respectively.
So it's multiple steps. Yeah.
Yep. And if you scroll down one picture further, you can see this is obviously not cooking. This is, I think, just metal works of some sort. And you can see that there are even recipes with 3 steps.
Oh yeah.
So you have your ore that you make into bars or ingots.
Right.
Combine them with sand to make them into another ingot, and then you craft it, right? And each of these steps that you craft can become high quality if your skill is high enough. If your rotation, if your crafting rotation is good enough, because you can have a high skill level, but if you don't have the right rotation, it's just not going to happen. You won't succeed. So you can't, like, as you said earlier, if you don't heat the metal before you hit it, you won't get it to be conform with it won't be malleable. You can't bring it into the form you want, right? Obviously, you have to heat it up before you can hammer it flat. And that's basically the same thing here. You have to make your respective abilities stronger by buffing them. You have to making the quality higher before you finish crafting. As you can see here, there are 12 times 3 or 12 times 2 at least. So there are 20-ish abilities, roughly, that you have to juggle. You have to. This is a really rotation-heavy game when it comes to crafting, but it's so much fun. I really, really love crafting in this game. I'm not very good at it because, I'm just not. It's just more. I'm always more on the safe side. I don't. I'm. What's the term? Risk averse. So. Yeah, it's
Cool.
That's basically what I've been doing. I've been this past week.
Great. It sounds cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And I've been one more thing. I've been role playing.
Oh,
Yeah. Yep.
that's always fun.
Oh yeah. Not going to go too deep into it, but it's really fun. Having how do I put this? It's something that just happened, and a friend of mine has that I met on the NA server that I play on. We decided to, when I started on the OCE server, and she made a alt there, and we're neighbors in our ward now.
Oh, how
So we have-
neat.
Yeah, that's really cool. So we have the houses, neighbors, literally next to each other. So it's really nice. And then somehow we came to the conclusion, or the other way around. I don't know if I talked about this before. I have my namesake as a character
Oh,
on NA. It's the only male character I have, right? And then one day I said, "Oh, well, I don't have one here yet," meaning on OCE. So I first made Grand Nagus, another Larafel, male Larafel, and then she became curious as well about like playing Lalafels, and then she made one too, and now we're playing like together and doing a little mischievous stuff here and there,
nice.
as Lalafels are. So it's really it's just gives the whole game a new perspective. To like not just play the game,
But be in the game.
but literally be part of the world. right? So it with the actions and everything, it's really.
And the emotes must come in handy for that.
Oh hell yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's like, and you have this command that I didn't know of before. When you type /em space and then type out a sentence, it will say basically it will say it as if it was an emote.
Oh, nice.
Right. So if I were to type em, and then I would say congratulates AprilPvd to her birthday, it would write as an emote, Grand Nagus congratulates April, so and so forth. And that's it's really fun. It's really and again, situational awareness for that and what you can do with it. There was that my previous FC leader was always running around everywhere and pulling sand in people's pockets. Right? So probably an emote macro, right? But still.
Right. That's still nice, yeah.
Yeah. So just typing out the sentence puts sand in pocket. Yep. And then, yep, that's it. It's yeah, and it's really and I'm really, again, as I said, it really gives me a whole new perspective of the game. And so, yeah, that's been my week.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. And this is episode 821 of the Control All Wild podcast. We will see you in 2 weeks for our next episode. I'm looking forward to it. I'm AprilPvd.
And this has been Grand Nagus, Rule of Acquisition number 19. Satisfaction is not guaranteed. Bye, guys.
We are the mighty clan of darkness.
Of darkness.
We are the mighty clan of darkness, fighting for Bunny's rights.
Oh, Bunny.
We shall never slay them, and if we do, we'll never tell. We gotta have the faith that Krishna will guide the way.
Trust Krishna.
He says not to slay the bunnies, but most of us still do. We are the mighty clan of darkness. We are the mighty clan of darkness. We are the mighty clan of darkness, fighting for Bunny's rights.
COD. Clan of darkness.
We are the mighty clan of darkness,
Clan of darkness.
fighting for Bunny's rights.
Clan of darkness.
We are the mighty clan of darkness.
Clan of darkness.
Yeah,
COD, y'all.
on the WOW
For Bunny's rights.
for the whole, for the bunnies, for the critters,
Or Java.
for the Java. They can't bounce up in here.